Welcome back to Up North at 4, and joining us now, it's the executive director over at NATH Frederick Place. It's Abbey Dall Lukowski, who, it's been a little while since we've had you on our program, but it's always a pleasure to sit down and chat with you. And I know the summer months are here, obviously. How have things been going for you folks over there?
It has been busy. In fact, I was just sharing a little bit ago that we have 11 residents right now, but since I have been at NATH Frederick Place, I think our lowest number has been 14 to 15 at any given time. Mostly successful departures too.
Wow.
Yeah, because the average stay is, a couple months or so, and then the goal is to kind of get people back on their feet. But you're saying to me earlier that it's taking a little longer now because the home prices or the rental market is so hard up this way. Is that a factor as well?
It's an incredible factor. Affordable housing has been really so individuals have come into our program, they are obtaining employment, working the program, and really seeing success, and then they kind of get to a stopping point where affordable housing is
it's a
incredible.
roadblock.
It is a roadblock. There's, any given time, and kudos to our current landlords in the area because they're doing their best, but they have wait lists of 30 to 40 people frequently. So it's been interesting how people are working through those areas of concern. So
you're staying busy, the house is full, it's never been empty. And that costs you money. So we got some things going on.
It does cost us money, and we are so grateful for this community. This community, by the way, takes such great care of us. We've been accessing our Facebook page for just simple requests, but we have our 50-50 summer raffle going on. Right now, I think we have just under 400 tickets sold. So it's building. We'd like to see that number get a little higher. Last year's winner was, I think, just under $5,000 is what they took home.
Oh, wow.
And then we have tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, we have our brat fry with Triggs in Rhinelander Triggs.
Name something more Wisconsin,
And one thing that NATH does is we have drivers available, so you can call your order in to NATH, and we will deliver to your business. We like to kind of keep at least an order of like 10 or more, but we will deliver. So you can find the order form on our Facebook page or drop us an email and we'll get you an order form.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Jeff, I'm just saying.
What time are we calling tomorrow?
Lunch tomorrow is what I'm hearing.
And then in August 26th is our Ride for the Homeless, classic ATV and motorcycle ride, and we'll bebop around to some of our partners and
have some fun.
And have some fun.
It's happening.
And so obviously these initiatives, these events, I mean, they're twofold. The one, obviously, to raise some money, of course, and help do the things that you folks do, but is there also a part of it that you think where just kind of interacting with the community a little bit, saying, hey, we're here, this is a necessity for some people in order to get back on their feet? Do you think it kind of works as breaking down that stigma of, people are in tough situations, but there's...
Absolutely.
We're people too, Well,
and I explain when I'm actually visiting with the residents that this is just a season of life, and any one of us could be in that position. Several of our residents come to us from just a variety of circumstances. Some of it's affordable housing. They've had housing for a period of time, and now their house is sold, or some of it's other situations that have brought them to that season. But it's a really, by supporting the function of NATH through these functions, it allows you to actually work with our residents and actually see the really good work that they are doing and contributing to NATH Frederick Place.
Yeah, and they said it. These are normal people who have fallen on hard times, who are doing what they need to do to get themselves back on their feet, right?
Absolutely.
And this is just a lift up. Right?
Absolutely.
And you're doing it. It's never been empty. That costs money. Review with me the cost again, right? It's like how much a day to house one person?
One person per day is about $65 a day.
Okay. Which is, that adds up fast.
It adds up fast. So just to keep the doors open, if we are a full house, we're at just under $1,000 a day to operate NATH Frederick Place. And our community has continued to support us through these fundraisers, through general donations and things of that nature. We're about 90% publicly supported through those initiatives and such. So we're incredibly grateful.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been doing this show, we've had, somebody on with NATH regularly because I would say the stigma is gone in Rhinelander, right? At least in Rhinelander, where we just support Frederick Place. These are people we want to support, right?
Yep,
and the community, even though for years we've been asking for money, they keep giving.
Absolutely.
They keep giving.
Absolutely.
Right.
So nearly 100% of your dollars are literally going right back into the residents and getting them kind of resituated and reestablished in the community and stabilized.
Yeah.
It is cool.
And
It's
so
really cool
obviously
stuff.
there's multiple ways to help NATH Frederick Place, fundraising being one of them, but we can also chat about volunteer efforts. We're going to take a quick break though, Abby,
Sounds good.
and I want to discuss this after the break, so stick with us on Up North at 4. Welcome back to Up North at 4. We are joined by Abbey Dall Lukowski, the Executive Director at NATH Frederick Place here in Rhinelander. And Abbey, of course, we were discussing the numerous fundraising events that are going on now and throughout the summer. And of course, that is a great way for people in the community to give back, to help support the mission that you folks do. But another great way to do that is through volunteer efforts. And of course, you folks are always looking for volunteers. So how can people get involved?
Right. So there are several ways to get involved. You could volunteer for our fundraisers. And it's so simple, and it's such a good time. We have such a great time with when everybody gets together and everybody just has a task. And I used to enjoy, and I still do enjoy volunteering, when it gets you out of your day job per se and gets you into an environment where you can just have fun and sell brats or
Eat brats.
or sell tickets or just have those good conversations. We kind of give you the elevator speech of what's going on at NATH so that you don't feel so overwhelmed as far as that goes, and you can share that story with everybody else too. But the other ways that you can volunteer for NATH Frederick Place is just simply by scheduling a day out of the week where you come for a couple of hours and you hang out at the house with our residents, or you serve a meal to our residents at the 5:30 meal. And all of that's on our website, of course, but a really good way to just kind of get integrated into that is to come spend some time with us.
Yeah.
We have a volunteer group. We affectionately call it, it's Drew Raker and his young adults club. They have been coming to the house since I've started and just doing a service project. So it might be like landscaping, or it might be cleaning the house, and then we in turn will prepare you a meal and sit and enjoy that meal with you, so you can kind of get to know everybody going on. And it is just a really good time. But our volunteer groups, I think, are just kind of, there's so many things that you can volunteer for. Like right now, we had to cancel boats and boards because we just simply didn't have enough volunteers. But we also recognize that we overlapped with the Oneida County Fair, and we're like, no, go volunteer over there, because that's a great activity.
Supporting one another,
that supports one of our partners. So things like that. And, it takes a normal fundraiser like this brat fry, for example, takes about 15 people in the day to have it flow real nice and smoothly. In the house, we have several volunteers who just show up for a couple of hours a week. And it's amazing what 3 hours in a week can help with anything and everything. Vast amount of skill set. No skill to a vast amount of skill set. 16 years old and up. Great way to get your kids involved too.
So if I want to volunteer and I show up tomorrow, I know you plan ahead of time, but are you putting me to work, or am I like in the house just hanging out and just having like playing checkers?
It could be anything. So we have a volunteer who shows up and does just that. They will they'll actually sit with a resident, and they will maybe work through some of the resources that they're working through, help kind of articulate or understand because some of it when you're in a time of the season of life can be a little overwhelming.
Right.
So they'll help explain that, or they'll just sit and play cards, or they'll sit and do a puzzle with them, or they'll play with the kids. We have several kids at the house right now staying with their families, or we might put you to work if you're okay with that. Like we have
little elbow grease, right?
We've had volunteers who just love to clean, and we're like, yes, please come and help. Or even helping with teaching some independent living skills and things like that.
And it is an older home, so it does need some maintenance, right?
It does need some maintenance, and all of those skill sets are so valuable and helpful.
Yeah.
We have a gentleman who used to be a painter, and he comes and paints everything for us, and we're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Give Nate a brush. We'll see what happens.
That's right.
Nothing good will come out of that. I'll let you know
Art
that
will be
right
art.
now.
But really, truthfully, you can put your current skill sets to work, or you can just do something else and just kind of give that hand up. It really empowers our residents, and it makes them feel empowered to keep moving forward through that season of life that can be kind of dark, if you will.
I was going to say, like, I didn't really think about this before, but you mentioned even just coming by, hanging out, playing cards, whatever, but having that human connection,
Yep.
Yes.
that social interaction.
No judgment, no shame. It's just what it
Yeah,
is.
especially when you're in
Yeah.
that tough season of life. I'm sure that goes such a long way for so many residents, which is cool. And you never really think that that's
And
element that
there are
people
lots of people on their couch out there right now who are looking for things to do.
Absolutely.
On a rainy day, this could be one of them, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
How do they get in touch with you, Abby?
So just give us a call at 715-369-9777 or stop by the house between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. We're kind of using that window of time because it seems to be a little quieter, so we
Right.
can kind of give you a tour of the house or anything of that nature. Or you can email us, nathnorthwoods@gmail.com, or find us on our website or Facebook page. I have been kind of updating our Facebook page frequently. It's a really good way to see if we have anything
What's
in
happening,
the immediate, what's
right.
happening in the immediate that we
I
could
love
do
it.
some help with.
Well, we appreciate
Thank
all
you.
the work that you are doing so
Yes.
much. In the meantime, we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back on Up North at 4.